Hi guys, today I'm looking at 5 more upcoming games that are due for release this year. There's going to be the sequel to Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood, which a lot of people are looking forward to. There's also Eternal Evil, now this is another zombie title, which is a demo available at the moment on Steam. There's going to be Ready or Not, the tactical police FPS game, and then we've got Terminal Earth, which is a Mad Max style third-person zombie survival game. And also we've got Suits for Hire, which is going to be bringing John Wick style gameplay with fast-paced combat. So before we start, please smash that like button as it really helps. Right, let's do this. So first up, we have Eternal Evil. This is actually available as a demo on Steam at the moment, and there's meant to be around 4 to 5 hours of content for free. This has been made by a solo developer. Now the game's set in a small town which is facing an apocalyptic event where the residents have been turned into ghouls, which is just another word for zombies. It appears to be based on the Resident Evil series, with plenty of puzzles to be found and dark and eerie maps. Now the initial reviews seem to be positive, though the game does have quite a few bugs. The gunplay is said to be really satisfying, and it could be one to follow, though for me there are plenty of better zombie games out there. And rather than buying something that will be likely to be released as early access with lots of promises of what's to come in the future. Next up is Ready or Not. This is a realistic first-person tactical shooter set in a future US in a period of political and economic instability. You'll play as the commander of an elite SWAT team tasked with solving hostile situations. I used to enjoy playing SWAT 3 back in the day. Every time you went into a game you never knew what the outcome was going to be. Sometimes the suspects would just surrender on sight. Others did start shooting at you from the off. I played that game a lot and I've been looking for something like it for years. Now with Ready or Not, they're aiming for realism, so they've spoken with police SWAT teams from around the world to help them make the most realistic game they can. It's going to feature real ballistic penetration, ricochets and armour dynamics. You're going to be able to create detailed plans of how you want the mission to go down and be able to employ ballistic shields, battering rams and much more. You can use specialist teams like snipers or hostage negotiators. They're also looking to allow a wide range of loadout customization, from individual weapon components, uniforms and armour loadouts. So you can choose to trade mobility for heavier body armour when planning missions. It's going to be released on PC this month and they have plans to port it to consoles in the future. Now at number 3 for today we've got Terminal Earth. Now this has been called a survival road trip by the developers. Well, by the developer, it's a solo developer. Now, you need to escape from a world similar to Fallout, and it's filled with zombies, giant insects and mutants, and you need to escape from this horrific environment to join the other survivors in El Dorado. This can be a single player survival game, and there's meant to be a massive amount of weapons available for you to make use of. There are over 30 different weapons at the moment, from swords, pistols and rifles to rocket launchers. The game is also going to be featuring a crafting system, though to what extent it seems unclear at the moment. Developers got a few videos, but there's not really that much detail in them. There's not much detail, I mean you can see the crafting menu there. Also features consumables, you've got to manage your health and your hunger and things like that. It looks like a low poly but graphically better version of Project Zomboid, with a more casual appearance. But the game is meant to be featuring a permadeath system, so that might put off the casual players. Now there's no release date yet, but it's meant to be released later on this year. Now at number 4 we've got Suit for Hire. Now if you ever wanted to be John Wick, this is your chance. This is a top-down arcade shooter that's meant to make you feel just like an assassin who's had their pet taken away from them. You're going to be able to shoot and throw your enemies around using martial arts skills, the idea being you get the highest scores and complete the missions in the fastest possible time while racking up combos for rapid kills. The game is set in the fictional setting of Toronto, and you'll need to cause mayhem and bloodshed as you go. There's going to be limited ammo in levels, so you'll need to dodge enemies and use your skills to get you through. Now the game's going to be released in early access later this year. Now the developers are actually creating the game in live sessions on Twitch using blueprints via the Unreal Engine, so you're going to be able to follow them as they create the game and possibly provide input. I'll include a link to the Twitch channel below. Right, and finally today we've got Back 4 Blood, the co-op first-person shooter from the creators of the original Left 4 Dead. You're at the centre of a war against the Ridden. The undead are back and are intent on eating what remains of civilization. Now, obviously for the cooperative campaign, you're again going to be able to play through dynamic changing levels with 3 of your friends or 3 random people, where you're going to need to work together to survive and make it through the missions. There are going to be 8 customizable characters to choose from. Now, as before, you're going to be able to play the zombies as well this time if you want to, and you can use all your special abilities to pick off the stragglers. That was always great fun in the original Left 4 Dead game. They're promising there's going to be extreme replayability this time as well. The game's going to feature a roguelite style card system where you're going to be able to build different decks that will affect how a round will play out and affect the difficulties you face along the way. They say the game will change as you play, ensuring constantly changing gameplay and huge bosses to fight, with some being as tall as 20 feet high. Now in the original game, me and my brother still have a saying we use, which is if one of us got caught near the end of a level and they shout for help, we go, "It's too late for you, it's too late for you." and we just run off laughing as we exit the level to them screaming. The only thing that puts me off with the game is the multiple purchase options. There's already 4 pre-planned DLC packs for levels. There can be multiple new monsters and playable characters, and that's all going to be paid for DLC. Now, I can't blame them for it, as it's the way the industry's going. There's too much money to be made from it, and nobody wants to leave any money on the table. Let's just hope they don't strip too much content out of the game for resale later. Now, it's going to be coming out on October the 12th, and it's going to be available on PC, PS4 and 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Now, thanks for watching. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe and hit that like button.